drugs get a bad name only because of the people who do them who fuck up with them. And they give a bad name to people like me and many other people who don't fuck up with them. And obviously some people have much more of an addictive personality.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm lucky about that.
You feel like you got a nice balance and equilibrium of things?
I've been smoking it for 50 years and I've never gotten addicted.
Right.
No. No, but I'm actually not.
Yeah.
Because
you just caught me at a low intelligence point. I was like, No, that was a joke.
But it actually isn't, because I know the difference between addiction, because I smoked cigarettes for 20 years.
Yeah, me too.
An addiction, and did coke for a couple. An addiction is, didn't you have a coke period?
No.
Never?
No,
Not
something
one?
else, yeah, something else.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Something else. What?
No, that's a big dark story.
Oh, come on. What could it be, heroin?
Nah, like something in that world.
Opium?
Yeah.
Opium?
Yeah.
Fuck, wow. You know what? I remember in college.
Short period, but like, yeah.
Where'd you even get it?
Where?
Yeah.
I'll give you his number.
I never, nobody
I deleted the number. Thanks to my old man.
I'm not in the drug world anymore, but when I was, I don't remember anybody ever saying, hey, there's some opium going around.
Yeah.
Would you like some? I did it we tried it in college when we did everything. I never got it.
I'll tell you what I think it is like, as a kid, you go through all these phases. Well, again, I said this before, I'll talk about me. I went through all these phases where I was a good kid, apart from the way I treated my mum. But like, as in behaviorally, like I wasn't interested in alcohol or drugs. And then, you go to college, I'm going to try this drug. And you go, oh, that didn't stick to the wall, And then you try this. It's like, oh, that didn't do anything for me. But,
Right.
So you get in this pattern of going, just try stuff. And then every now and then, I think with people, they find a drug that goes, hello.
Right. So true.
We belong together.
Yes. You're right.
And
we belong together.
Yeah, we belong together.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a different rhythm for different people, but it doesn't always suit. I have this theory, and for me, it was really a really short burst of period, which thankfully, in speaking the love of my parents, my old man knows me too well, and he recognized it, and he was like, what are you doing?
Wow.
And I owe him a lot for that.
And got you off?
Yeah. Yeah, like big time.
Well, that's a much more serious drug. I mean, I was going to say, it's different than an addiction, because an addiction tells me when to do it. This has never said to me, do me now. I just do it situationally. 3-4 days easily go by when there's no reason to smoke, and I never even think about it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's different, but it is, kind of the love of my life. I mean, we love each other. Sometimes we forget each other's sentences.
You know what I think too is I have this theory that, like, a lot of friends who've been through that situation where they hit rock bottom, and I'm sure you know a ton of them too. I mean, you live in LA. But, where you really have to have your most despairing point, and then you realize that you have to turn around. But you're literally at the bottom. I always thought there's wisdom in how do you recognize the bottom is coming and turn around. And I think that a lot of people really have to, like, really hit the bottom hard, like really squish their face on it, and for it to crack a few bones and a few vertebrae before they look up and go, all right, I've got to change things. But how do you make that curve shorter and go, I see it coming?
I think we're talking about the psychological element. In the physical element, there are designations, I think 4 of them. I won't remember their names exactly, but in a hospital, if you're like serious, chronic.
Oh, the pain? The pain?
Well, not pain. This is like the level.
Addiction.
No, the level of how serious your malady is, whatever it is. Right. This like chronic, serious, I forget the other designations, doctors, please help me out here. But, like degenerative maybe. It's, and then, Andy Dick. But I'm sure that there's that same thing with the psychological element. Like there is like depression. You know, that's a level. I mean, I've been depressed, but I wasn't depressed because I lack serotonin, I don't think. I was depressed because my life sucked. Okay, that's one level.
Yeah.
And, you know,
But that's
then
relatable.
there's suicidal, you know, where like you get to that point. And of course you can do these also things with behavior, you know, like, are you a functioning alcoholic? There are functioning drug addicts.
Yeah.
And then it has got you fired. That's a level.
Yeah.
You know, okay, now you're on the street. That's another level.
Yeah.
You know, they're just levels. And at what point do you arrest them? And you know, there are some points, some people where that point is, yes, just lying on the gutter.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, from my experience, my short-lived experience taught me a lot about empathy, because I was a private school boy, as in like, you know, where I grew up, ended up at a private school, figured like my life was like fantastic, that anybody I saw on the street, for example, I saw them as like, especially if it came to drugs, it'd be like, oh, you made poor choices. Never really considered it like a deeper combination of things. You know, willpower is obviously a big part of anyone's life in regards to so many things, but there's also like, there's other shit going on, obviously.
There's so many factors,
But
yes.
to not judge people as a combination of just bad choices, but to actually kind of have an open mind to go, you have a story I don't know, but I'm not going to judge you for it.
Yes, I can't get into the head of someone who can't resist something, because I can. You know, I mean, cigarettes was hard, but I did it. That was the hardest one. But like, I easily can, when dessert comes around at the restaurant, like, you sure you don't want a bite? Not even one? Not really. I mean,
I think
do I know it? Would it taste delicious? Yes. Do I care that much? Is it easy for me to say no? And for some people, it is not, for food or for whatever their drug is. It's just not that easy. So I don't. So I don't judge.
I don't think there's a dessert anonymous, is there? I think there actually is. There's actually, like, you know, not to downplay it, but like, I know somebody who's in like eating disorder issues. I had a dream once. I just remember I had a dream once. So Cate Blanchett I worked with on a play called Streetcar named Desire, and we did BAM together.
Another awesome actor from Australia who's taken our jobs, but she certainly deserves it.
Again, not enough sharks. But I don't think she goes in the ocean.
Not enough sharks, but
even if there were.
But I mean, and I give up to so many of them. They are so good.
Man,
I mean,
she's so good.
Try to be better than Cate Blanchett.
But she's so good. And then while we're doing the play, she would also pull up after some evenings and give a speech, and she would have, like, given an incredible speech about the environment, and we're like, you just did 3 hours on the stage playing Blanche, and then you make this speech. She was running the theatre company. She just seemed like an unflappable, incredible human being with just an aptitude, an ability to do so much.
So she played Blanche to your Stanley Kowalski?
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
Where was that?
At BAM, we did the Brooklyn Academy of Music.
Oh.
We did Sydney, and then we did the Kennedy Center, which I don't know if we would do now. I don't know that we'd be doing that.
I think you mean the Trump Kennedy Center.
The Trump Kennedy Center.
Okay.
We're gonna
get it right.
We're going to reboot that one.
One call to ICE, and you're gone. You're gone.
2 cast members may not be included. We'll have to get what's his name back, who was back in that 50s movie playing Hispanic. So I had a dream one night about Cate. And don't worry, it's not a saucy dream.
I'm fascinated already.
And it was that Cate was so perfect in my mind. And in my dream, I'm about to go to rehab. And I'm in this room and I'm feeling really shameful. And I'm trying to pretend I'm not there because I think everybody's going to recognize me. And I look up and across the room I see Cate Blanchett. And we're all in a holding room to go to rehab. So I'm like, oh, fuck, Kate's going to rehab. And I go over to Cate and I'm like, Cate, why are you here? Because I think she's perfect. You know? Why are you here? And she goes, food. And I'm like, fuck you.